Hi guys, this is Manmohan Seko, and in this video we're gonna talk about switch selection statement. So what is switch? Switch is a multi-branching statement that allow us to choose from different options. So as in a if else, we have a condition. The same way in a switch we have a case that we have to match with whatever is the variable for a switch. So how do we start with a switch? For a switch we need to have a syntax. So what is the syntax for switch? First we'll write down switch, everything will be in small case. Then here we have a value, or we can say expression. Okay, and that expression, then we start a curly bracket and then we say case 1. Then we put colon sign, and then here we write down statement 1, and then after that break. Everything should be in small case. The C is in small case, break is in small case, lowercase that we call it. Then we have case 2, again semicolon, then statement 2 semicolon, and then break. The same way case 3, statement 3, and then break. And this will continue. We can have any number of case. We can have 7 case, we can have 10 case, whatever are our case. Then last one we have default, and then we close our bracket. Here we can have statement n. So what it will do, whatever is the value of expression, and that it will try to match with case value. This means it will try to match with these one. If the value of this expression matches with case 1, then statement 1 will execute, and after executing statement 1 it will check break. If break is there, then our control will come out of switch. If it matches with case 2, then the statement 2 will execute and it will come out of this switch. How do it come out of a switch? Because of this break. Whenever it see a break, it will come out of switch block. What is switch block? This opening and closing bracket. So if a case 1 matches, then the statement 1 will execute. If case 1 doesn't match, then it will check for a case 2. If it matches, then it will execute statement 2. What if none of the case matches, neither case 1, case 2, case 3, then it will run default. Default is the last statement that we have in a switch. And default is optional. It is not compulsory that we have to use default. If we don't use default and none of the case matches, then nothing will happen. But if we have a default and none of the case matches, then the default will run. So if we are missing a break and the statement are there, like if I don't use a break over here, and if the first case matches, then the statement 1 and statement 2 will execute. Because break is not there, then it will not come out of a loop. Then it will run statement 2, and this is known as fall through. That means it fall from the statement 1 to statement 2. Then after statement 2 it is break, then it will come out of switch block. Let's do an example for this one. Suppose we want to write a program. If user enter 1, then it should print Monday. If user enter 2, then it should print Tuesday. If a user enter 3, then it should print Wednesday, the same way till Sunday. But if a user enter 9, then it should say invalid day number. So what we have to do, we have to start writing a program. First we have to get an input. What type of input? We are entering 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. All these are numbers that are integer, so we need to have first integer number. Then we have to check one more thing, the expression and the case value, that has to be of same data type. That I'll show you in example. So for that, what we'll write down, we'll write down class day, and here we write down day of week. Then after that, public static void main, and then over here we'll write down. So in this program I'm taking a constant value, I'm not getting a value from my user. I'll have another tutorial in which we can get a value from a user and then check if a user enter 1 2 3 4. In that case, to make this tutorial somewhat easier to understand, I'll be taking a value that is fixed. Let's take int DOW equal 1. Why I wrote her DOW equals to 1? Because 1 is integer, so that's why DOW is int. Then I write down switch, and here I write down DOW. Okay, that is the expression. Then I write down case, and here we write down colon, then 1. If you see, this is 1, and what is the data type of DOW? Data type of DOW is integer. So what I told you, that data type of expression and case should be same. If it is string, then this should be string. If it is byte, this should be byte. But we can't use float for these one. In a switch we can't use float. In a if else we can use a float, that's up with a value with a point, but in this one we don't use float. So case 1, if a user enter case 1, then we write down system.out.println, that you have to write down in a Java, on a programming. When you write down this program in computer, we have to write down system.out.println, but I'm writing just a short form. System.out.println, what will write down? Monday. Then I'll write down break, then case 2. This case will be in smaller, everything will be in a lower case. Okay, case system.out.println, if that will be Tuesday. Then again break. The same way we write down case 3, system.out.println, then we write down Wednesday. The same way it will go, and then we have case 7. What it will print in a case 7? Case 7 is Monday to Sunday, then break, and last one we'll write down default. And in a default we write down system.out.println invalid day number. Invalid day number, then we close. Here we close main, then at last we close class. If you see, what is the value of DOW? Value of DOW is 1. So it will try to match. So first case matches. So what will be the answer? Answer is for this one is Monday, because the first case matches. Let's take an example. If I write down DOW equals to 3, then what it will do, it will try to match with case 1. It doesn't match. Then it will go to case 2. It doesn't match. Again it will go to case 3. Case 3 matches with our expression, because this 3, and what is the value of DOW? 3 matches with 3. So what it will print? It will print Wednesday. Why it print Wednesday? Because the case 3 matches. Now let's take an example, another example. If I put a value of DOW 9, then none of the case 1 2 3 4 5 7, it will not match. So where it will go? It will go to default, then it will print invalid day number. Okay, so that means if none of the case matches, if we don't have a default, then what it will print? It will not print anything, because none of the case matches, then it will not print. After default we need not use a break. If you see, after default I haven't used a break, because after default we don't have any other statement, so there is nothing to worry about a fall through. Now let's take an example. If I don't put a break over here, and I put a value of DOW equals to 1, so DOW equals to 1, then case this one matches. So what will be the answer? Monday. Okay, after Monday there is no break, so it will come over here. Even if the case value of case is 2, it doesn't matter, because break is not there. Then it will print Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, when the value of DOW is 1. Now if the value of DOW is 2, if the value of DOW is 2, then where it will go? It will go to case 2, and it will print Tuesday. it will not print Monday, because even if a break is not there, because it directly came to case 2, so it won't fall on the toward top, it will fall always from top to bottom. So what it will print? It will print Tuesday. This is a simple program. If you have to use, you don't have to fix a value. If you don't want to fix a value, then what you can write down, you can get a value from a user. So for that you have to use buffered reader, that will write down in another program, and then we write down here int d or w equals to integer dot parseInt br dot read line, and everything else will remain same. Okay, we'll write down that program. I'll have another tutorial in which we'll be writing how do we get our input from a user through keyboard. In this program we fix the value. Okay, the same, if we have to write a program to print, if a user enter N, it should print north. If a user enter E, it should print east. If a user enter W, then it should print west. And E, W, what are these data type? These are character. So instead of int, then we write down char. The direction equals to whatever the value. And here instead, if we have to print, if a user enter N, that means instead of case 1, what you'll write down? You will write down N. And then, and here instead of int, what will write down? Char. And D or W you can leave as it is, or you can write down C, and here we write down C. If N, then what it should print? North. And if you see here, I have written N inside single quotes because N is character. I already told you that this expression and this expression should match. Their data type should be same. C is character and this one is character. The same way, if another one, what will be having? S. S is for south. And next we have E, and E is for east. Okay, and last one we can have case W, and that one is system.out.println. What will write down here? West. And then break, and instead of that, instead of invalid day number, we write down invalid direction. And that's a program to check whether user enter N, E, W or S, so it will print accordingly whatever is the direction. So that's all for today. If you have any question or concern, please leave me a comment. And if you have any question for a program, if you want me to explain any program, then just leave it in a comment below. Thank you and have a wonderful day.